Hi, this is a very short video, you'll be pleased to know, about the supplier preferencing model. So what is the SPM? I'm not going to keep calling it supplier preferencing model because it'll make the video go on longer. So it's SPM from now on. What is the SPM? Well, it's developed by Paul Steele and Brian Court in the 1996 book, Profitable Purchasing Strategies. Go and check it out. It's a simple four-box model that takes the supplier's perception of you, the buying organization, not you personally. It involves looking at your own organization, but wearing the hat of your supply chain to understand why they may or may not want to do business with you. That's right, treacle. You may not be the bee's knees to every supplier, so you need to have a little look at things. Here is the model in all its glory. Across the left-hand side, we have the account attractiveness, low to high, complicated, and across the bottom, the relative value of the business. Again, low to high. Two separate things. You can't just have an account being attractive on its own per se. There's value attached to it. So they've split the concept of the spend, if you like, outside. So there's the four boxes there: development, core, nuisance, and exploitable. And where you really want to be as a business is for your suppliers to see you as development or core. Because in development, they're looking to grow the business to increase value. That means they're going to work a bit harder. There's going to be some added value perhaps coming from this. In core, you're key to them because you're an attractive account and the value is huge. So you're absolutely core to them. So they're going to provide high service and there's going to be much more added value. You are the bee's knees perhaps in this one. So that's great for you, isn't it? So drag that added value out. But in the bottom left corner, nuisance. Your account isn't very attractive and you don't spend a lot of money. So why should they jump through hoops for you? Why should they get those quotes back quickly? Why should they do all this value engineering when they probably you're just using them for a price? All those kind of horrible things that procurement people do to make the account not very attractive. Perhaps you're not very good at paying. Now, in exploitable, there is value to the spend, but you're not an attractive account. So all those things, again, maybe they're jumping through so many hoops for such a low margin or something along those lines. They risk losing you. They're going to try and price to maximize value for their point of view. And, you know, maybe there's others out there, your competitors, that they'd much rather do business with. So we need to look at those things. Now, the two axes I talked about was attractiveness and value. Well, what makes your account attractive to a supplier? We really need to think about this. And this is thinking beyond just the transactional side of procurement, of getting the quotes, placing orders. What's attractive? Is it your brand? Is it the way you pay? Are you very good at payment? And that helps their cash flow. Different questions you can start to ask. Or is it just the high value, which means you're only ever going to be in that exploitable area? So what could you do to become more attractive to a potential or existing suppliers to get that extra value from them? And that's what procurement is all about. And if you don't think procurement's about dragging the extra value out, then stop listening. Are you getting the right relationships from your suppliers, existing suppliers, based on your analysis? Is the effort going in with the right ones from your side of things as well? So why are we going to do this? Because you might have a choice to make between suppliers. So which one values you the most? Simple as that. Perhaps there's a need to improve your own business standing. And this will identify those improvements to make in terms of account attractiveness. What I mean is by doing this, you realize that, oh my goodness, we are awful at paying. Or, oh my goodness, we are awful at communication with our supply chain generally. Or maybe there's just too many damn suppliers. We haven't right-sized our supply chain from this. And then you'll know where to put your supplier relationship efforts, especially if combining this with Kraljic, Pareto, and a risk analysis, which I like to refer to as the 4 horsemen of value. So to end with, and it's over, you'll be pleased to hear, are some small scenarios to think about in terms to give you some meat to the bones of this matrix. So you have a supplier that you haven't worked with who's constantly tries to get your attention. They email, they call. It's that annoying rep that turns up at the office unexpectedly to try and see you because they were passing. But why aren't you talking to them? They seem to value your account. Do your current suppliers? And I've been in this situation myself where I think I've had, I'm not going to worry about it. I've got 2 good suppliers for this. Why should I speak to anybody else? But actually, those 2 suppliers aren't putting a lot of effort in. And this one is. So maybe I need to speak to them. Secondly, you have a need for a better service. Maybe you want to improve your service to your customers. and you have got a choice of supplier to make. One values you as core. Perhaps that is an SME, and SMEs will generally value you as core more. So is it better to give them a chance to shine, that opportunity to prove themselves, to give you that extra value? And then finally, you give pricing opportunities to a supplier that really makes no effort to engage with you other than to price when just given a chance. Does it really show they value your business? And again, from my own background in the construction world, there is a habit of going out to multiple suppliers to get multiple quotes and then placing the order with perhaps the lowest priced one. Shouldn't we be looking at the ones that are making the effort and who want to work with us, so we understand that they're going to give us that extra value and keep things moving along as they should, rather than just being another customer to one of the big suppliers perhaps? So those are some scenarios to think about, and that was a brief 6-minute video there or thereabouts about the supplier preferencing model. Thank you.